Hi, my friend. How are you today? Now, have you gotten out of the sun care habit? I totally get it. We had autumn, we had winter, we were covered with long sleeves, long pants. The only part of our bodies that were exposed were our faces, our hands. I sure hope you were using sunscreen for those. Always use sunscreen for your face. But you may have gotten out of the habit for the rest of your body. I totally get it. But now that we're heading into Memorial Day, which is kind of like the beginning of summer, we're going to have more parts of our bodies exposed as we're in tank tops and sandals and shorts and short sleeve shirts. So we're going to have more exposure that needs to be protected. And here's why. My number one reason for you to use sunscreen is it can really honestly save your life. It can help you to reduce your chances of getting skin cancer. So, yeah, skin cancer can be very serious. It could be fatal. Usually, it's caught early, and it's not. But still, who wants a hassle of all of that when the easiest thing that you can do to prevent skin cancer, or at least reduce your chances of getting it drastically reducing it is by using sun protection, using your sunscreen. It's so important. So that's your number one reason. My second reason is it is going to help you to prevent your skin for aging. So the number one factor of aging skin is the sun. 90% of aging skin can be reduced if you use sunscreen. I mean, that's just the bottom line. The sun does a lot of damage. The sun is absolutely fabulous. We need the sun, but there's so much damage that it causes us. Just gotta think about cars. If you don't wax your car and it's not protected, it starts that oxidization and the paint starts to get dull first and it starts to peel. It's the same thing that happens with our skin, just it takes a little bit longer. Same process of a grape to a raisin, a plum to a prune. It's that sun or taking out that moisture. Well, guess that one's really not. That's more like your moisturizer. But definitely that car example, that's what happens when it's just that exposure of the sun. And if it's not protected, it's going to do its damage. And I know a lot of people that take really great care of their cars, but not as much as yours for their skin. And this is with you your entire life, where a car is, I don't know, you can have it up to 20 years, depending on the type of car and how well you take care of it. But the bottom line is, it's going to help you when you use your sun protection. It's going to help your skin to not age as well as fast because the sun's going to bring on the lines, the wrinkling, discoloration, which is my number three reason. Number one reason, you want to reduce your chances of skin cancer. Number two reason, you want to prevent the process of aging skin, premature aging skin. And number three, you want to take care of yourself from other skincare concerns like the wrinkling of our skin, discoloration, uneven skin tones, spots, whether you call them liver spots, age spots, sunspots. They're spots. You don't have to get them when you are protecting yourself from the sun. And the thing is, it's not like when you go out into the sun, it happens right away, right? If it did, we would always slather on the sunscreen. Sometimes it takes 10 to 20 years before the damage of the sun shows. So it's so important that we start taking care of ourselves and early. So who should use sunscreen? I'm going to tell you, every single human being on this planet, everyone, 6 months and over. If you're under 6 months, well, you're not. But if you have a baby in your home or in your life that's 6 months and younger, then no sunscreen for them. Keep them in the shade, keep them protected because, yes, the skin can still be as damaging for them, but you want to wait till they're at least 6 months before you apply sunscreen. Every other human needs it. The sun does not discriminate. It doesn't care about your sex, your race, your age, your gender, any of that. Your next ethnic, whatever your race is, your ethnic background doesn't matter at all. It's going to, if it sees you, it's going to get you. That's bottom line. So be sure 6 months and over, be sure that you're using sunscreen. Okay, and then after 6 months, make sure that you're using a sunscreen for the babies that is safe for them. That's formulated just for babies. And I will show you some of my favorite products in just a minute. I'll tell you about the baby one because I don't have that. I have no babies in my life. But for the babies, you want to make sure that it's formulated just for them. And we have a really great formula for babies under our Tender Moments baby care line, which is absolutely fabulous. Okay, so when and where? So you want to apply your sunscreen if you're out in the sun all day, like maybe Memorial Day, maybe you're going to the beach, the lake, the pool, your backyard for events, maybe you're going to be out there all day, you're going to want to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours. Now, I don't do that for my face, but for the rest of the body, yes, if I'm out all day. Generally, I'm not out for hours and hours in the sun, but if I were out for hours and hours in the sun, when I am, I reapply. Another time you want to reapply is after you've been in the water, the lake, the beach, the pool. You want to make sure that once you're out of the water, you dry off, and you want to reapply your your sunscreen. Now, for the beginning of the day, when you put your sunscreen on, what I like to do is before I get my clothes on, I like to put the sunscreen on the entire body because I never know what's going to change in my day. Like even if if I plan on being home for the day, I never know if I'm going to go out and run an errand or a friend wants to go for tea or coffee. I don't choose coffee. She may have a coffee. I have the tea. Or if I just never know what the day's going to entail. So I make sure that I am protected. And then once you put your sunscreen on at the beginning of the day, you want to be sure that you wait about 15 minutes for the sunscreen to activate before you get outside. You want it to definitely get into your skin so it's doing its ultimate protection for you. Of course, when you're reapplying or after you get out of the pool, you're just putting it on at that point. But let's just say the beginning of the day, you want to make sure that you're letting it activate. Now, some key spots that sometimes people forget, people don't really forget the nose because you're putting it all over your face, but the nose always needs that little bit extra protection. I don't know, it's prominent, it's out there. The sun sees it better. So you want to make sure that your nose is covered extra and the tip of your ears. You want to make sure that that is protected. And a lot of times I think people forget the back of their neck. So you want to make sure that you get the back of your neck, shoulders, everywhere. Your toes and the feet sometimes get neglected. So especially on the top of your feet, be sure that you're putting it on. So I had a client, this is really funny. I had a client who really didn't take heed to that. She didn't think, oh, I'm fine and the melanin in my skin, I'm okay. So she was wearing Crocs and she was working in the garden. And then when she came back inside and took off her shoes, she noticed she had spots. And that's because it wasn't like sunspots or anything. What happened was the parts of her skin, of her feet, the skin on her feet that wasn't protected, you can see the difference, what was protected and what wasn't protected just because she saw the spots and then she got it. Like, oh, okay, I do believe me that. I remember years ago, a friend telling me she had sunburned on her toes because, again, those are areas that sometimes people forget. Your hands and your lips are sometimes neglected. So you want to make sure that you have it on your hands. When you're driving in your car, the sun rays penetrates directly through the windshields and the sides of the windows. So you want to be sure that you're protected because I'm telling you, You may not see the sun, but the sun's gonna see you. Even if it's a cloudy day, the sun sees you. Even when I go to the beach and it's a gloomy day, or it doesn't have to be the beach, if I go outside and it's a gloomy day, my glasses will change. I wear transitions. It will go black. It will go dark, like shades, because those rays are still there. So if you have transition glasses, go out on a cloudy day and notice the difference. It really, the sun is there. Even when you can't see it, it sees you. So I want to show you a few of my favorite products here for the your sun care. So first, let me go with, I'm not going to talk about the facial except for one product here, and that's because our skincare has our sun protector, solar protection, or multi-performance age protector, depending on what your skin care line that you're using with Jafra. We have specific skincare, sun care products. And here's why. I know a lot of companies have their skincare, sun care products in their moisturizer. But then what happens is it's really a moisturizer with a little bit of skincare, sun care, a little bit of SPF. And what that does, it's generally a lower amount because you can't have high moisturizer and high SPF. So you're getting a low amount of the SPF, generally about 15, 20, 25. That's the highest I think I've ever seen, where we have 50 um, in our prominent premium lines, and then 30 for the acne line. But it's so important to have your sunscreen as your major separate, not into your moisturizer, because you want that ultimate sun protection. Okay, so let's get into what I love. So the first is the body protector sunscreen. I love this. This is what I put over my entire body, outside of my face. My facial sunscreen, I put on my face, my throat, décolleté, and then I'll put it a little all over this top part. But then this one, I'll come in with an SPF 50. It's 50 here, and it is absolutely fabulous. It doesn't have a sunscreen smell. It doesn't give you that film that sunscreen normally use, that whiteness on your skin. Yeah, and I love that it doesn't have that smell. You know, a lot of sunscreens have a smell. It's absolutely fabulous. People who don't like sunscreen love our sunscreen just for that fact. But the protection's great. It's water resistant. So you can be in the water and it's getting some protection, but it's not waterproof. So again, you're definitely going to have to reapply if you're in the water. So I absolutely love this product. And then I do have a couple of them from the face for that, on my sun care line. This is our face protector sunscreen, again made directly for the face, so it's a little bit different from the body, but it's absolutely fabulous. So let's just say, who is this for? It wouldn't be for me because I'm still using, of course, our ultimate in our skincare line with the skincare benefits with the royal jelly. So none of the sunscreens here have royal jelly. Royal jelly is our signature product that has your vitamins, your protein, your amino acids. It's your aging well product. It's absolutely amazing. But these products will be for a supplement. So let's just say a child, um, someone else who's not using a skincare line with royal jelly, this will be perfect to put on, and you'll put this on underneath your makeup. We also have this in a tinted formula. So let's say you don't want to wear makeup, maybe you don't want to wear your foundation, but you still want a little bit of coverage. It's tinted. It has makeup technology. So a color technology, not makeup technology. It has color technology so that it actually blends into whatever your skin tone is, whether it's from the very, very light skin to a tone, or to the very deep tone. It will match your skin. This is amazing. Love that. So those are two products that's made for the face. There's another one that I actually do use. In fact, I'm wearing it now. Even though I do use my Defy sunscreen every day, it's SPF 50, I sometimes, especially if I have a casual day and I don't want like a full makeup look or full foundation, I will put on our Jack for Skin glow cream. It's a glow cream. It has SPF of 15. So notice it's a low in SPF. So I wouldn't use this one just as an SPF because it's a low number. So I use my 50 and then I put this on afterwards because it has a little bit of glow to it, a little bit of color tinting to it. Um, so here we go. I already have a 50 on, then I put on 15. That does not say that I have SPF of 65. It doesn't go by the higher number, it doesn't go by adding the numbers, it goes by the higher number of SPF. So even though I have both on, my SPF is still at 50. So those are the two, those are the three for the face that I absolutely love. Then for your hands, again, I talked about the windshield. It's so important to cover your hands. A lot of times people get those age spots on the back of their hands, or their back of their hand starts to age with the wrinkling of the skin. But if you're using an SPF, that's going to help you. So this is our from our spa line. So if you just look under the Jafra Spa, you will find that it also has a niacinamide in here, so which is really great for the moisturization of what you need for your skin. And then what I absolutely love is afterwards, once you've been in you have your sunscreen on, you really do need to wash it off. And then the sun starts to dehydrate our skin, right? We get dehydrated in that and all that sun. So I love coming in afterwards, taking a shower, and then using the cooling after sun relief lotion. This feels amazing on your skin. Oh, you'll love the way this feels, but you're also gonna love the way it smells. I mean, if you wanna know what paradise smells like, this is it. Now, to tell you, this is a promotional item. We don't have it often, so it's no longer in our core line like it used to be, but now it's promotional, and it happens to be available March 2025, while supplies last. So if you haven't experienced this yet, be sure that you give it a try. And if you have, you want to go ahead and order one or two bottles to get you through the summer because I don't know when we'll see this again. It may not be until next year. So you might even want to get a few bottles to last you. So this is absolutely amazing. Now, another part that I mentioned were the lips. A lot of times our lips don't get the sunscreen coverage. Jafra no longer has a lip balm, but I got you covered with doTERRA. I love this doTERRA lip balm here. It is an SPF of 20. I use it underneath my lipstick. So I have my lip stain on, so I have this on underneath. You really can put it on top of it too, but I'm just kind of like, I don't like having, color getting onto my lip balm. That's just me. But I really like this. And it is amazing. It smells great. It has the essential oils, of course. Oh, it has frankincense in there. You know how amazing frankincense is. So not only is it protecting you from the sun, it's also really good for your health. So there you have it. Those are my favorite sun care products that I use. And the reason I promote it is because I care about you. I care about you not getting skin cancer. No one should have to endure that. No one. So my number one reason of promoting sun care products all year long, I don't just talk about it during the summer. I talk about it all year long because I want you to lower your risk for skin cancer. So let's do that. And then, of course, I want you to age well. And the only way you can really, truly age well is by using your solar protection. So let me know below. What do you use? What is your favorite sun care products? If you don't have sun care products, I would love for you to just try mine out. I think you will absolutely fall in love with it because not only is it great for the way you're going to look and feel, it's great for your health. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure you do because I'm always here keeping you royal. Be sure you come back for more. Be sure you hit that notification button so you know when I'm live or when I'm here and you don't miss a thing. All right, guys. See you next time.